everyone, good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. In this video we will be working on our full book Colouralong from Tales from the Witch's Cottage by Hanna Karlzon. So the page that we are currently working on is this one. So we are working on this page at the moment. Now I know that I said in part one that I was going to complete sort of these bits here in purple off camera, the same colours as I've used as the potion. As you can see, I haven't done that. I've kind of been distracted by other pages and just trying to get some buddy colours done because I don't want to get overwhelmed like I did before and then end up having to just say, I've got to cancel them, or I don't want to get into that position again. So I will do these off camera, and the bits around the edges, these little bits here. But today I would really like for us to focus on the beetles, and also maybe finish off the potion bottle as well. So as always, I will put the colours that I plan on using here on the screen for you. These are the colours that we have used so far, so I am keeping a track of them, and I am going to keep it written down in a big colouring journal as well that I have. So I'll just move that to the side. But yeah, the colours that I am going to use in the Prismacolors I will put here on the screen for you, and I will keep them up there whilst we are working on the beetles. So the colours that I have pulled out, and this will be for both, is Cobalt Turquoise, which is PC 105. We have Parrot Green, PC 1006. Light Green, PC 920. And then to get a little bit of the light on there from the candles, I'm hoping it work. I've picked out Yellow Chartreuse, which is PC 1004. This is one of my favourite colours in the Prismacolors. The other one, I think it's just Chartreuse. I don't know if I'll be able to read it because my pencil is like, yeah. I think it's Chartreuse, this one. But yeah, as you can see, it's just like it's a little nubbin now, but I can still get a little bit of use out of it. So I'm gonna use that for all it's worth. But yeah, they are probably my favourite colours in the Prismacolors. But I do also really like the, where is it? Yeah, the Parma Violet. I think that's beautiful. They've got some gorgeous, really lovely pinks and things in here as well. But yeah, these are the ones that I'm going to be using on the beetles for today. So what I'm going to do is zoom you in. Let's get you guys a bit closer, shall we? So you can see what I'm doing. Hopefully that isn't too much for you. Okay, so we are going to start with their backs here. I think what I might do, just so that I'm not doing this one and smudging my hand over to this one, we'll work on this little guy first. So all I'm going to do is, let's see, just thinking if the candles are up here, so maybe do the shadow down here and then work diagonally up. I'm not sure. I'm no good at light sources. If you've been with me for a while, yeah, you'll know that by now. It's definitely something I'd like to learn, but it's not a technique that I have in my arsenal at the moment, I'm afraid. So I'm just going to go around this left hand edge on this little dude with the Cobalt Turquoise, which is PC 105. Just get my dark edge in like that, and then with a medium to light pressure, just work in little circles and buff out that dark edge. If you feel you need to just darken it a little bit, you can. But how are you all doing? How is everyone? I hope you're all doing well and having a lovely week so far. I say having a lovely week. I'm recording this on a Monday, so I should have said, how was your weekend? Our weekend was pretty quiet, really. Just the usual sort of, you know, laundry, tidying up, all that good stuff. And the kids had their boys' brigade on Friday evening, which they love. So, okay, so then we're just fading that out really lightly. And then I'm going to go in with the Parrot Green, which is PC 1006, and just overlap that onto our darker green, but also gradiate that out a bit as well. I really think the turquoise will look beautiful with these beetles, with the purple potion. I think the turquoise beetles will look really, really pretty. Okay, then we're going to go in with light green, which is PC 920. And again, we're going to overlap that whilst also bringing that out at the same time. And as you can see, I'm keeping this top right hand corner here, I'm keeping that free because I think where we've got our candles here, I'd like the light to kind of come down and hit this little dude here, and I think it's going to hit like in behind here on this guy and down this edge. So we'll try and figure that out. I do still need to figure out how to colour candles in flames and stuff. I will be doing a watercolour background on this one. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with the yellow chartreuse, which is PC 1004, and I'm going to put that here. Oh, that's lovely. I really like how that looks and how that blends in with the other greens that we've got. Okay, yeah, I do really, really like that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is just go back and give this another layer. So again, cobalt turquoise, PC 105 for our darkest edge. And then we can really get that colour saturated. The thing is with Prismas is you do not have to put much pressure at all to get a beautiful saturation of colour. You really don't. But the more you layer it, the more intense the colour gets. Okay, so then let's go with the Parrot Green, PC 1006. Again, we're just overlapping that a little bit whilst also bringing that out. I'm using a medium pressure, just going a little bit harder now, really sort of getting those colours smushed together. And then light green, PC 920, such a gorgeous, gorgeous colour. Again, medium pressure, but really working it in to kind of mush it in with those colours that we've got down already. And then finally the yellow chartreuse, which is PC 1004. just think that is really, really lovely. Really get that colour down. So now we can see where the light would be kind of reflecting on his shell. Like I said, I'm not good at this stuff. I'm trying, so please bear with me. But as always, you guys don't have to use the same colours as me. This is, you know, literally just a guide. But because I am hosting this as a colour along, I am going to be giving you the colours and pencils and all that good stuff. So let me think. Okay, I think just on these little bits here, by like the tops of his legs. Let's see. We'll do the cobalt turquoise, I think, for this side. We'll just leave them the one colour, but use a medium pressure. Like so. And then because over this side, this is where we're going to have the light coming down, I've put a tiny bit of cobalt turquoise just there. And then I'm going to go in with the parrot green here. And then on this little one here, I'm going to use a tiny bit of the light green at the bottom, and then use the yellow chartreuse at the top. I don't know if you can really see that quite well. Okay. I think I'm going to colour his face grey, but I'll do that when I do this guy as well. So let's move on to our bigger beetle now. So let's see. We'll do the dark colours in the middle and come out to the lightest, and then this will be a bit darker as well because that's kind of like the underneath bit. I guess it's his shell. It's kind of like curling underneath. So let's go in with cobalt turquoise. Now I do want to be quite careful with this on this beetle, because of course this is where the candles are sat, so I don't think there'd be an awful lot of this colour here to go on him. We're going to be mainly focusing on the lighter colours, but we will use this beautiful deep colour down underneath here. Okay, so again I'm just doing our darker line and then little circles with a light pressure and just feathering that out. And then I'm going to do the same here on this side of the line and bring it towards this left hand side of the page. Just deepen that a little bit more. And again, this bit here. Now, I do think I'm going to put some of this darker colour just under here, sort of where our max, oh my goodness, where our wax is melting onto the shell of our little beetle friend here. So let's just get this little bit here done. Okay, so let's just put like a little bit of shading, just a little bit underneath these bits of wax here. A smidge here as well. As you can see, I'm not putting loads, but just enough to give, you know, a little bit of dimension to those shadows. Okay. And then I think what I'm going to do is where the shell curves kind of under here, where we've got this line, I'm going to put this darker colour, the cobalt turquoise, on the bottom line and then have it lighter as we come up, because we're going to have a lot of light colour here as well. So let's do that. Again, I don't think we're going to need an awful lot of this colour. So just put a line there and then just gently, gently, gently buff it out. Do that down here. Okay, just working really, really lightly. Okay. And then we'll just put a little bit here. Like that. But maybe leave these bits here and put a tiny little bit of glitter gel pen on them. So I'm now going to take the, what colour is this? Parrot Green PC 1006. And just do what we've done on the little guy and use it to blend out the cobalt turquoise. Really, really gently blend that out. Again, I don't want loads of this colour. I kind of want the two lightest colours to really pop on this dude here. And then come and blend all this out as well. Okay, so we are getting there. Do you know, it's been really, really lovely using my Prismacolor pencils again, because I don't really tend to use them as often as I would like. And I feel like I'm really kind of getting to know them again, and you know, learning how to get the best of them, I guess. Just, yeah, learning that all over again, really, because of how rare I use them. And this page is just making me want to keep them pulled out at the moment and use on other pages, which I have been doing, which has been really nice actually. I've been using them on the Polar Bear Cruise page. I was doing that in Polly's, but yeah, I've kind of switched to Prismas at the moment on that page as well, and I'm loving it. Okay, So we're now going to go in with the light green, which is PC 920. So just blend that over all of this here. And again, just working over the pencil in circles, or in my case, it's more like ovals. So yeah, just doing that. Here. I just want a tiny little bit now on his back. I don't want a lot at all, because I really want that chartreuse to do a lot of the talking on this beetle. So I'm just going to soften the lines a little bit, but I don't want this colour to take over. Okay, so now we're going to go in with the yellow chartreuse, which is 1004. I'm going to run that here on the top of this edge at the side, and then I'm going to blend it on the top of the beetle's shell here. Into those other beautiful colours that we've got laid down here. Okay. I'm really liking how that looks. So I'm just going to go back over those colours again, just to really, you know, really get that colour locked into the page. I don't feel like I need to go over all of it, but just a few little spots. Okay, so this is the parrot green. Okay. And then we've got the, whoops, light green, which is 920. I'm not going to need much of this one. and yellow chartreuse. So I know that this is by no means perfect, but I do think it gives us that glowy effect on the beetles shell, courtesy of the candlelight. Okay. Yeah, I think that is really, really cute. So what I'm going to do now is, let's just see if I can find the colour. Yeah, here we go. So with a Pentel Hybrid Dual Metallic, I'm using the green with metallic blue glitter. And I'm going to put this just here on these little bits of this beetle's legs, and also where we've got this sort of scalloped edge here. I'm going to put a little bit of that there. There we go. And I also think just to emphasize the yellow glow that we've got here, I'm going to use a yellow Posca. This is some sunshine yellow. And I'm just going to add a little bit of a highlight here. So just a little bit. It's not going to make much difference, but there. And then I just want to, I think, emphasize this edge here. Like this on our beetle, and again just around here at the back as well. Okay. So it just adds a little something, not much, but you know, it's just a little added highlight there that fits in with the colours that we have used instead of just using a stark white. So that is the colours for our beetles. So I think what I would like to do now is colour their faces, and then maybe we can work on the bottle. Just trying to think, or maybe I should do the background today, and then all we have to do in the next one is just come back and do the last, like the finishing touches. Okay, let's do their faces, and then we'll figure out the rest in a minute. Okay, so I think for their faces, let's use some greys. Okay, just need to give these a sharpen, so give me 2 seconds and I'll be right back. Okay, so the colours that I'm going to use for the beetles' heads are 70% cool grey, which is PC 1065, 50% cool grey, which is PC 1063, and 20% cool grey, which is PC 1060. So with the 70% cool grey, I'm going to, again, just on this side here, on the left hand side, we'll have our darkest colour here. again, just gradate that out a little bit and do the same here as well. Tiny little bit there, just above his eye. And then we'll go in with the 50% cool grey, which is 1063. I was having some issues whilst sharpening this pencil. It just seemed really crumbly. So I had to be really, really delicate with it. So I'm just trying to be super careful. Okay, and then we'll go in with the 20% cool grey, which is 1060. And again, I think I just want to leave a tiny little bit of space, and we'll go in with the yellow chartreuse. I don't want to darken their faces too much. Yellow chartreuse, which is 1004. Just here on the same side where we've highlighted the shell. And again on this little guy here as well. And then we're just going to go back in again with the same three colours. So 70% cool grey, 50% cool grey, this is 20% cool grey, and tiny little bit of yellow chartreuse. Okay, and then with a little black pen, I'm just going to use one of these 2 hands pigment liners. They are very much like microns. I'm just going to colour the eyes on these little beetles. Like such. I don't know about you, but I think they look really cute. They are looking really, really cute. So I do think what I'm going to do in this video, let me just zoom you out a smidge. So I do think what I'm going to do is watercolour the background for you. So I think we will do that together. So what I'm going to do is just go and figure out what colours I want to use, which watercolour paints, get all my bits and pieces together. We'll come back and then we will get the background done. And then what I will do is I will do these wisps here with the purples off screen along with the bits around the edges. And then all we're going to have to do when we come back is put the final touches to our potion bottle and the candlelight. So I hope that sounds all right. Give me a couple minutes. It'll be you know, a split second for you, but it'll be about 5-10 minutes for me just to get some things together, figure out some colours, and then I'll be back. Okay, my loves, I'll see you in a second. Okay, my loves, apologies for the wait. So for the background here, I am going to be using the Kuretake watercolour palette, and it is this set of colours here, and I have added a few drops of water to this really beautiful dark green, this gorgeous light green, which is probably my favourite colour in the palette, this one, and a little bit of this turquoisey green here. I do still have a little bit of remnants of some of these colours on here, so I will be using this up as well. So let me just add a little bit of water, just reactivate some of this. Okay. Just get these colours going. I tend not to clean this off really, unless it is absolutely necessary, because the way I look at it is that is a little bit, you know, a bit more pigment that we can absolutely use, make use of. And I don't want to waste any of the pigment. So let's just get a bit more in here on the go. Okay, just want to get myself a few good amounts of these colours. Just put this one here. Don't want too much of that one, just a little bit. Add a little bit more water to there. Actually, I'm not going to do the turquoise. I'm going to pull in, like a greeny colour here. Oh, that's quite nice. All right, so let's use that one instead. Just get a bit of that there on the palette as well. Okay. So I'm just going to put my pink water to the side. I'm just going to grab a slightly smaller paintbrush. I think I was being a little bit too ambitious with the one that I had, but it's lovely because it does hold a lot of water. So okay, so let's just start by doing a nice light wash of colour with that beautiful light green first. Let's just get a bit more of that on the palette. There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to zoom you guys in. You can see what I'm doing. Let me just move that pencil case out of the way, and then I can put the palette on the desk rather than having it on my opposite page, because yeah, I don't think that's gonna do any good, is it, if I make a mess on that page? So let's just start here, and like I said, we'll just get this really, really lovely colour down. Trying to avoid getting it over the lines, but if it does a little bit, then you know it's okay. I think that was a bit too watery, so I'm just adding a little bit more pigment. Here we go. And then I think what I might do is maybe use like I think it's like silky gel crayons. Maybe use those to do like the glow around the candles. This will take a few layers, but that's absolutely fine. I know it's looking a bit of a hot mess at the moment. Don't mind too much painting over this border. Because I'm going to be going over that bit with fine liners anyway. So, like I said, I'm just going to put this light layer down first, and then I'll build up into other colours. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm liking the colour of this background now. But let's just trust the process and see what we get once it's all layered and stuff. Now I do want to bring this lightest colour into the potion bottle here, because obviously this bit here is going to be transparent. Okay, I'm so sorry, I was out of frame there. Wasn't paying attention. I do apologise. So as you can see, I'm just putting this colour on really loosely. Just getting in between the candle flames. Okay. I'm just going to rinse off that brush. I'm now going to go in with my Derwent water brush, and this is I believe this is the fine tip. And I'm going to start adding some of our darker colours. But what I'm going to do is use kind of like a stippling technique. So if we start just up here, I'm just going to start sort of dotting this colour in here. I'll be doing this all around the edge. Let me zoom you guys in a little bit. Okay, hopefully that's better. So like I said, I'm just going to use a stippling technique, but of course with the water brush. And I have used this technique on quite a few pages before, and I just really like the way it looks. I like the effect. Of course I will be pulling in some other colours as well, some more shades of green. I think it's quite nice to do this whilst the paper is still a little bit damp, because then it just sort of bleeds into the water and you get quite a nice soft, subtle look to it, which I do really like. I enjoy the effect. Again though, as I always say, guys, this is your page. You can, colour it however you want. Again, get you back in frame. I'm so sorry, I've been really bad this video for not having you in frame properly. I really do apologise, my loves. Okay, let's just come up around this way a bit. I am going to use a metallic watercolour for this thin border here around the edge. I think that will really look lovely. But that will probably be the last thing that gets done on the page. Put a few little dots of this darker one. Okay. This is just a really simple technique, but I just think it looks so lovely and effective on pages. And it's definitely something I enjoy doing, especially with watercolours. And then after this colour here, we'll use our next darkest, and so on and so forth until we get to our lightest green. And as you can see, it doesn't really take much time at all. And if, like me, you're not very good with backgrounds, not very confident with them, I just think this is a really fun and, quite simple technique that really anyone can use. I think it's just fun to experiment and try things, isn't it? Okay. Get a little bit more there. Okay, if there's any spaces you just want to fill up a little bit with some more of the darker green, then of course you can go ahead and do that. Okay, and then I'm going to go into the next darkest green, and again just start dabbing that in. Around the edge. I think I'm going to just zoom you guys out because I keep losing where I am. I keep going out of frame. I'm so sorry. Okay. So as you can see, just a really simple technique. You don't really have to think too much. Just, dot your colours wherever you think. And I'll just try and get this part 2 done before the children get home from school, which will be pretty shortly. And now I'm going to go into an even lighter green. And then again, I'm just going to start up here at the top. Okay. I think this is the kids home from school. Yeah, it is. Give me 2 seconds, my loves. Sorry about that, my loves. Caden is back from school. So I'm just hello. I'm just getting this colour here finished. Dab this one on. And then we're back to the top where we started. So you can kind of see, you know, the colours starting to come together a little bit now. And I just really, really like the way that this looks. You know, whenever I use this effect on pages, I just really, really like it, really enjoy it. And again, I just think it's such a simple way to get quite a nice, effective background. Just adding a few more drops of some darker green there. Just get a few more of these darker drops there. So yeah, like I said, it's just really effective, very, very simple. Anyone can do this. So yeah, a lot of fun. Okay, and you just keep kind of building up the colours really until you're happy. But I think what I'm going to do is let this dry. So here is how the page is looking at the moment. So what I will probably do is maybe darken up again around the edge a bit. And then off camera, I'm going to colour these bits here around the edge. Do this little pattern here just inside the border, and also these sort of puffs of smoke here. I will do those in the same purples that we used for the potion. But we're pretty much there, guys. So all we're going to have to do when we come back is do the flames on, the flames on the candles, the potion bottle, just sort of add a little bit of depth and dimension to that, and the stand here. So yeah, there isn't much left to do on this page at all. So we are getting there, we are making progress. I really hope that you guys are enjoying this page so far. Thank you all so much for joining. I really do appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, stay safe, my loves, and I'll see you in the next one. Lots of love. Bye.